Okay, so here's my square footage calculation system that I have set up. These are the tools that I use in order to make it work. These zeros are all actually individual schedules, and they have a custom category. The total roof one is square footage dash roof, and these lines here are actually not even lines. They you know, they populate down here. They are associated with that schedule. So the garage one, its schedule is associated with the square footage garage. And so I want to start with the veneer because the veneer is like if you go to the plan or the default settings, you go to plan, it is set to main layer. You want to set it to surface, and that's the only one you do set to surface is for veneer. And I will go to my veneer view, and it has a layer set associated with it, and the CAD layer has its own line style that I created and color, and so I can distinguish between the different footage types. And so I'm going to go near the outside wall, and I'll click near it, and I'll do I will do a make living area polyline, and that will create that for me. And then I come over here and I get my object painter tool, and I click on that line, and then I click on that polyline, and then it'll start populating. It is associated to the main veneer and the total veneer. The upper veneer one is different. So how that works is on the main veneer, it's calculating only on this floor. So include objects from all floors is not selected. And it says include objects from floor 1. And then on total veneer, it is include objects on all floors. So if I go up, I draw one, I went up a level. So now I'm on level 2 and I draw a polyline. And then I do Shift B here and there, and then I go back down a level. It'll put that one is include objects from floor 2 only. So then we'll go to, we want to do the frame next, and so we have to go back to the default settings and go to plan and change the living area calculation to the main layer, which is the upper framing, which is set in the wall definitions. And we will click near that and do a make living area polyline, and then do your object painter again, click that line, click that, and it populated that. And yeah, I know I'm kind of quick, but there we go. So now we want to do the roof. This one takes a little bit of more modification. So it doesn't do it based on the living area. So you have to make room polyline. And what that one does, now you have to modify it to go to the frame, because roof is not based on the veneer, at least where we are at. And so you gotta go around and modify the roof. You have to modify the garage as well, so it's not too crazy. And okay, so I got the roof. I gotta do Shift B here and there. Got the roof. Now I will go to covered areas, and I want to click on the side of the porch, and then press Control and click the other one and do make room polyline there. And then I want to do my Shift B for that. Select it, and be careful that you're not selecting the room, that you're actually selecting the polyline. It actually tells you down here if like what you're selecting. So object to pick, wall is that one. So now I go to the garage. This one's a little different. I will say, I'll click inside of the garage and make room polyline, and then I will edit it. And So say I were to edit all of it to go to the frame, the object picker cannot pick up that polyline because it's inside of walls. And so what you have to do is you got to click the wall, press tab, and now it says standard polyline is selected. So you got to bring it in. Then you do your object painter and paint that. I don't like that the fill background is white. I'm going to turn that off and slide it on over. And there's all of them, except for the lower and the upper frame I didn't draw. So the lower would be in the veneer. I have it set up to where it's in the veneer. And I go down a level. For some reason, this one wants me to. It's kind of weird. I don't understand why it does this, but disregard that. You just have to draw it manually. And so I will draw it manually so you can see that it populates. And go to all the square footages. And there we go. Upper frame's the only one I didn't do. Heck, why not? Let's go up, do upper frame. See, it's pretty quick once you get this down. So there they all are. And that is my system.